You want to transfer the width of the bow onto your knife, onto the buffalo horn, and then cut it out. So this is like the piece after we cut out the parts we used for the tips. Then you're going to go on your belt sander and you're going to taper these into a little ramp, into whatever shape you like. I chose like arrow point. And you want the horn to be, you know, kind of even with the left and right of the bow and the top or the bottom. You'll start your little string groove in it. And then with AE40 epoxy is what we use to glue those on. And we use just like some little heavier rubber bands. Hold it in place for 24 hours. And at that point, we would be able to sand and shape and scrape the ends of those, fine tune it more. And you need to go to Babo Joe. He has a video out on preparing and making those buffalo horn tips and attaching them to the
right. How to make horn tips. Yeah.
How to make the horn tips.
So just wanted to give you an update because tillering is next.
Tillering's next.
Yeah, we're going to cut a little string grooves and tiller it. We're going to get that bow bended. All right.
So we're back. So today's the day we're going to finish up the string grooves and we're going to start tillering it.
So Bobby's got his bow and we're going to tiller it today. We're going to micro tiller it. This is a technique that Keith Channon from Channon Outdoors uses. He uses a yardstick. And we have marks. We have marks on the fade outs. We have a center mark, and we have 1 inch from the bottom of the string groove. And these are going to be marks for tillering. You can see the back set we got from fire hardening, a nice back set. And what we're going to do is just pull this down so the wings, you see the wings we got there? They're just a little bit below level. This is very heavy. I can feel it's very heavy. So what we'll do is, come here, Bobby, look. Hold it there. You see that mark?
Yeah.
And then you see this mark here?
Yeah.
You see the nice bend we got?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's actually a really good bend. That's what we want to achieve throughout the whole time we pull it down, okay? But I can tell pulling it down, it's very heavy. Let's go check the other limb. So now you put it on that other mark down there, and I'll put it here. Okay, now we have less of a bend. And you can see where there's low spots, right? You have your pencil in your pocket. So now where we got a low spot, where it's not bending, is here, right? You see the low spot? Take that pencil and mark it up. Up, right underneath the limb. No, under the limb. Scratch it all up. Yeah, don't be afraid. Just go back and forth like that. Yeah, then we'll pull it up. Good enough, okay? And then put it up one more time. And maybe where else? Put it on the bottom of the line. Maybe a little there, right? Maybe a little here. So just put a little mark there. Okay. So now we're gonna go, what we would do is, I'll explain we're at this 11.5 mark, so we know where it is, right? Now we take it off, and we're gonna remove the pencil marks. Now, we're going to use the belt sander because he's experienced, I am. But if you didn't have a belt sander, use 60 grit paper. And you see where the pencil mark is? You start in the middle of the mark. 60 grit back and forth, erase it. You can remark it again, do it a couple of times. And that'll take down material to get it to flex. And you have to go back and forth and check it. And the idea is, so the bow don't break, we want to get a nice bend. A perfect bend. What did we say that was? 11 here?
Yeah, just on the right there.
Okay. So now I want you to look at something. Stand back. Can you see anything that looks out of place? Not really, right?
No, it looks good.
Yeah, just stand over there a little bit. It looks good. You can't tell. But once you throw a straight edge on, you could see the parts that are not bending properly. So in order to make a nice bending bow, to get it to your draw length, to get it distributed, the weight, so it don't break, we have to remove these spots that we found with the yardstick and remove them and get them to flex before we go any further. A perfect bend on both sides. Then when we do, we go down another inch. What I found is once we get that perfect bend, sometimes you're able to go down an inch, an inch, an inch. You're able to go down quite quickly. But to get to that point, it's a little work. So now we're going to remove material.
So we were sanding for a little bit, about 10 strokes on each side. Now we're going to go back to the tillering jig, and we'll use the yardstick, and we're going to see how even it is both sides, and if there's flat spots, we'll be marking them out with the pencil, and we'll be back on the sanding machine.
And pulling it down, you felt it was very heavy.
So it's still heavy. It's better than it was, but it's still heavy. It's very heavy.
So let's see. I'll help you with this. We'll both go, and it'll be easier. Put it on the bottom. Okay, now step back. And look, we actually got a little bit of a bend going on, right?
Yeah.
But you could still see the flat spot in there. So scuff it up good so we can see it. Up to here too, right? I guess. Good.
Yep.
All right, let's check out the other side. Okay, see if anything else changed. Got it on the bottom. Okay, let's step back a little bit and look. This side still has a beautiful bend going on. Stick my finger in there. Let's go see how it is over here again. You got it there?
Yeah, it's tight.
Look, it's tight. So a lot more weight has to come off this limb to where we marked it, all right? Mm-hmm. We got to get it to bend more. But the other side, we don't have to touch yet. Oh, look, take a look. Step back. Look at that nice bend we got, right?
Yep.
Isn't that crazy good?
That's really good,
right?
I think it looks pretty good.
Now let's check over here. See if anything changed.
Come out a little bit.
Okay, good. Now let's see. About a thumb over here. Let's see what we got over here. Just a little bit more, a couple more strokes over here maybe, right? That's all. Okay. We're going to just take even strokes out to get that to bend. Just even strokes. Let me see, just for the heck of it, how it feels. Weight-wise for me. Oh. Okay, we're going to take off a lot of weight. So we're going to take off like maybe 5 strokes to start here. And then we're going to take off 20 off each side. Tillering it. Let's see how the bend's going. Lower. Put it right on the bottom of that line. Good. Now step back and look. Okay. See the bend? Okay, let's come over here and let's check it out. It looks like a pretty good bend, right?
Yep.
Let's put it over here. Okay, step back so you can, camera can see. It looks like a good bend too, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to show Bobby we're only down a couple of inches, and he wants a 35 pound bow. It's 37 here, 37 pounds. So we're gonna do some weight reduction. We're gonna take off a lot of material and come back.
Okay, so we took off about 80 strokes, 40 on each side, put it back on the jig at 11.5, and now it's about 29.5 pounds at that point. Before we did those strokes, it was at like it was 37 and change. So more sanding. Yeah,
we're taking off a lot of weight. Now we're just going to check. We're going to check in between, reducing weight to make sure the bend is okay. We're still going to stay at that mark. We're not going to go down an inch until we get it perfect. I put it right on the bottom of that line. Is it right at the bottom? Like right there? Good. Now, let's look. Do you see that it's got to come off anywhere, this material? Like a bend, like here maybe? Maybe a little bit? What do you think?
Yeah, it's got a little hoop.
Okay, get a pencil and get that little wiggle there. Okay. Go down here a little bit more. There we go. Okay, let's check the other side. Okay, this side's got a big bend, a good bend. It's a little bigger actually, right, than the other side. I can put my finger there. Let's go back and check the other one. Got it on the bottom. Can't put the finger in, okay? So we got to take off more strokes off the bottom too after we Once we remove the material from the low spot, then we're going to do a few more strokes over here and check it again. Look, we got a nice bend going on. Let's see what we got here. 3/4 of an inch. Beautiful bend. That's what we want, that mirror image on both sides. Let's see what we got here. 3/4. It's perfect. Let's go down 1 more inch. Okay, let's check it out. Look like a perfect image, right?
Well, looks pretty good.
Beautiful, right? Let's check over here. Okay, let's go down 1 more inch. It's perfect. Okay, let's check it out. And then we're going to check the weight. Even though we took off a lot of material, there's a lot more to come off. Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect, right? You see we went down like 3 inches already, right, with this method. Up a little bit. Good. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, now let's check the weight out. Okay, hold on. Let's see where we got it. So this is 14.5 here. So let's go to the bottom of the 13 mark and see what we got, all right? Let's see. Pop it off for a minute. And we'll put the scale on it. Okay, well, it's pretty level, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, 13.5 mark here. All right, we've got 32 pounds, all right? We've got to take off a lot more material, but we're pretty good. Let's go down to that mark. What mark were we at?
13.5.
Go down to 1 more. Okay?
15.5 we're at.
All right, we're at 15.5. Let's check it out. Let's check the bend out. Here we go. Once we get this micro tillering going, it goes pretty quickly. You got it right on the bottom?
Yep.
It looks pretty good. Let's check it out. We got 1.25 inches or so, okay? About 1.25 inches. Let's try over here. Oh, come down. Yeah. Good?
Yep.
We got 1.25 inches. Go down another inch. Go down another inch. Okay.
We're at 16.5.
We're at 16.5. And here
Yeah.
hold on a minute. The idea is we want to put a string on it. So we got a ways to go, quite a bit to go, okay, before we can put a string on it. So let's check out the bend. We're going to have to check the weight now. Looks good, right? 1.5 inches. Let's check over here. All right, now look, over here, we got
Just
about
a
a
little...
16th off, so we need to take a couple of strokes off of this, okay? All right,
Yep.
So we're going to stop it here, and then we're going to recheck the, let's just check the weight at the 16.5 mark. 40 pounds, 40 pounds. So we're going to start taking weight off again. Okay, so we're going to reduce some weight and we'll come back. Okay, now that we're getting it down, even with a long string, we're going to round the edges a little bit, just so we don't have no lift or nothing. So we're just rounding the edges, and then we'll put it up and check it. Bob, how many strokes did we take off?
I took 5 off on the heavy side, and then we did another 20, and we did 20 on the, I'll just say it was the lighter side.
Okay, so now let's see how it bends.
What the bend is.
Got 1 3/8 inches. Let's see what we got over here. We got 1 3/8 inches. We're doing good. Now we're not quite up to where we can put a string on yet. We gotta, you know, I'm looking at the tips here. We want to get, see where 6 inches is here. We want to get it down to here. So we got a little bit to go. We got to go down like 3-4 more inches, okay? So let's pull it down 1 more inch because it's good. Okay, we're at that 17.5. Let's just check out and see how it looks quick. Good. Let's check. There's nothing that jumps out. It's perfect. Let's check this here. All right, I don't see no flat spots. It's perfect. So let's just see how much weight we got at that 16, well, at the 17.5, right? Which will be, which we're going to go down to that 16 mark, okay? Let's see how much weight we got. Okay, just make sure it's kind of level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Yep.
We're at 35 pounds, okay? We're at 35 pounds.
We took 5 pounds off.
So, yeah, so, and believe it or not, we got to go down more. So, we got a good bend. Where we're at, 17.5?
17.5.
Let's go down a little bit more. Let's go down 18.5. We'll exercise a little bit, 18.5. Let's see what we got with the yardstick quick. Gotta go down more. Let's flip it around so we don't see the numbers. Turn the numbers away so it's not distracting. It looks good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come over here and check it out. You see anything? Looks good, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, so now we're going to just check the weight at
18.5.
And we're going to determine how much weight we're going to remove, okay? Because we don't even have brace height yet. Tell me when to stop.
Good. 38.
We're at 38, okay. So we're going to remove material, and we'll get back to you. We're going to take off another 20 strokes on each side, and we'll get back to you. Well, from the last time you saw us, we went back maybe 3 or 4 times, just removing material and evening things up. So let's see what we got here. We're ready to put a string on. So we got it level. What do we got there?
1 7/8.
Okay, let's try over here.
Inch and 7/8.
Okay, now we're going to pull it down with the scale to right here to this 18.5, and we're going to see what we got for a weight. Now we want 30 to 35 pounds. So let's go down at 18.5.
34.1.
34.1. So we still have to remove. We still have to remove weight. We can put on a string. We're able to put on a string, but the weight is too much. So we're going to remove some weight and then put the string on. There's no sense putting the string on and have it at the weight, because when you pull it back, it's going to go higher. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to remove like 20 strokes on each side, come back, check it, put a string on it. Good. Pull it down to the 19.5.
Flex it a little bit first.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good. Put it down 19.5. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, 1 7/8. Let's see what we got here. Sometimes when you flex it, the wood sets a little bit. 1 7/8. We're good. Okay, so let's see what we got for weight, and then what we'll do is we'll put a bowstring on it. Okay, so we're at the 19.5. Let's see what we got. Okay.
33.5.
33.5. Let's put a string on it and see what it looks like.
So we put a string on. We measured from the brace to the string at 6.5 inches. We measured from the fade out to the string, and from the center mark to the string, and everything's even on both sides at this point.
Right. So now we're going to go back on the tiller and recheck everything. We're going to recheck the bends, and we're going to check the weight. We pulled this down to 14.5, and everything's even, bending good. Let's pull it down a little more, 15.5. And that's actually a 15.5-inch draw length. And we just checked it real quick. We're just going to check it real quick. You got it there?
Yep.
Everything looks like it's bending good. We got 2 3/4. Let's check over here quick. Everything looks like it's bending good. We got 2 3/4. Everything's perfect. Going back and forth, that micro tillering really is amazing, okay? So now we're going to get the scale and see what kind of weight we got. Okay, you watch the limbs. Tell me how they're bending, okay? We're going to go down.
They look good.
Tell me now. Still
good.
Bending, right?
Yeah, both even. They look fairly even. Same thing, still even. We're at 32.6.
Okay, we're at 33 now at the 22-inch draw. So we got to remove a little weight. At 22-inch draw, we're like 33. That's including the 2-inch riser. So we have to be careful now. We remove a little material, and we'll come back, and we got to redo it again, and hopefully we'll get it down to your 28. Okay. I know we could probably get it down to 28. Everything's even and perfect, but we gotta lessen the weight. So let's do that. Okay. So we evened it out. We checked with the yardstick, and we went down a ways, and everything's bending good. Now we're going to go down and just watch the pounds. We're going to see how far down we can go for that 35 pounds, 30 to 35 pounds. Okay, you watch the limbs and tell me how they're bending. If you see anything a little funky, let me know. But we had it bending and it looked good, right?
Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. You're at 35, 36.
Okay, we got to take a little more weight off with 2 inches from your draw length. We got to take a little more weight off, okay? So we're almost there. 24-inch draw length, and everything is even. Real quick, we checked it, so that's why it's not on the camera. Just put it up quick, checked it, everything's even. So now we're going to see what kind of draw weight we get. We're going to try and go down, see to the 28. You're going to check the limbs and make sure everything looks good. Go ahead. You ready?
Yep. They look good. They look even. No noises or anything.
Okay, we're at 38 pounds at 28 inches. So we got to take a little bit more weight off. All right? Just a little more weight off, but we're at your draw length. So
yay.
We made a bone. Let's take a little more weight off and get it right.
I'm going to lighten it a little bit.
Okay, at 25-inch draw length, everything's even. We took off material. Let's see if we can get that 35 or under at 28. You watch the limbs and let me know.
The limbs look good. They're even. They're good.
37. 37. We got to take a few more strokes off. Okay, we have it evened out, and we have it to 28. We just did weight reduction, and we're going to see how many pounds we are at 28. Okay, you watch the limbs.
Yep. They look good. They look good. They look good.
35, 35.7. So we got it. We got it. Congratulations. Let's take your hat, put your hat on backwards for a minute. And stand here. Bobby took one of my introduction to traditional archery classes. And this is what, the third time you pull back a bow now? Really? Fourth time maybe?
Yeah, probably third time.
Yeah. Okay, so grab the bow with your bow hand. Stand like your stance. You're going to touch the corner of your mouth, and we're going to check the profile. A little lower. Go a little lower. Good. Looks good. You're looking good, Bobby. It's looking good. You got a bow. Congratulations. We're going to shape it. We're going to shape it.
Guy's the man.
We're going to shape it, cut a shelf in it, and we're going to fine-tune it. It's dark now. It's getting dark. We're going to fine-tune it tomorrow, right? Or whatever you get the next day.
We have time tomorrow.
Yeah, all right. But look at it. Beautiful bow. Okay? Good job, Bobby. You really did good.
Thanks, Joe. Now that we have the bow made and tillered, we're going to shape the grip, and we're going to cut a shelf for the arrow, and hopefully we're going to shoot the shit out of it.
There we go.
There we go.
Shaping it up. Looking good, right, Bobby?
Looking good, smoothing out.
Give a little show what you got there.
My finger relief.
Nice and smooth, shaping it up.
Shelf for the arrow. Notch.
Looking good. All right, we're going to shoot that in a couple minutes, right? A couple more minutes, and we're going to be shooting it. Okay, this is Bobby. Bobby took one of my classes, Introduction to Traditional Archery. He shot at the course, and he did well. He listened, he paid attention. He was a good student. He came to my house with his wife and daughter. They shot well. And he decided to jump right into it, and he made a self bow with me, a fire-hardened hickory bow. He tilled it, shaped it, and he's going to shoot it. And this is the third time he's ever shooting traditional archery. No pressure. All right? It's third time, and it's the first time shooting a bow he made himself. So now that bear target's about 10 yards. And show him the bow first. Show him the grip. We'll get a little close-up of all the work you did, sanding and shaping. Show him the front where the cutout is. Right? Beautiful job he did, right? Got to give him a lot of credit, man. Okay, now, no pressure. Grab an arrow, and you remember your stance, right?
Yep.
Stance, your anchor point, top finger to corner of your mouth. You're going to look at the tip of the arrow and put it on the bottom of the bear, the tip, okay?
Yep.
Turn your head on backwards. You'll never be able to shoot like that. There you go. Knock underneath the arrow. Underneath the crimp, rather. Knock the arrow under the crimp. Okay? You're going to be a shooting machine. You're going to keep your hand up and your hand against your face even after you release, okay?
Yes.
Okay, pull back. Stick it in the corner of your mouth. Put the tip in the bottom and let go. Look at that. Hey, look at that, right? Pretty good. A bow he made himself, and he hit right there. Come on, do it again, man. How is that?
Crazy.
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 The bow was a log. It was a living tree, man, and he's made it into a bow. And this is his third time ever shooting. Be that shooting machine. Keep your hand up, touch your anchor, hold it, and release. Touch it, almost touching arrows down there. Go ahead. Proud of you, man. You're doing
You're a
awesome.
great instructor.
Doing a great job.
Anybody close to where this is, you should take the class.
Be strong. Hold it. Let go. Oh, come on. We're going to have to walk down and look at that. Come on, man. Come here.
Thank you so much.
Come on. Let's go take a look at his arrows down there. Okay, go stand down there. Look at that group he's got with his bow he just made. Isn't that crazy? Woohoo! All right, Bobby. So that's really the end of this video.
Excellent.
And every day you wake up is a great day. Go out, shoot, make a bow.
Make a bow.
There we go. All right, thank you. It's
Great instructor.
been a pleasure working with you.
Pleasure working with you too, Joe. Can't thank you enough.
You know, it's awesome. Watching somebody make a bow, and I made a few bows
Yeah.
with people, I get more. I'm happier watching them shoot than as if I make it myself. So it's all good. All right. Thanks for watching.